Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. Please subscribe and keep watching more details. 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Star Elizabeth reacts to Andrei's investment property. Elizabeth and Andrei from 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Season 9, Episode 7 of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Season 9 is set to release on August 17, 2025. A sneak peek of the season, released on the show's official Instagram handle, 90 Day Fiancé, on August 16, 2025, showed Elizabeth's visit to Moldova, her husband, Andrei's hometown. Throughout the season, fans saw the duo fighting over moving to Moldova. While Andrei wanted to move back to his home country for better opportunities, Elizabeth felt blindsided because Andrei had made her envision a future in the US. In the recent episode, when Elizabeth finally agreed to visit his country to see if it was favorable to her, she came across something that set her off. Andrei took her to see the investment property he said he had in Moldova, but when she got there, she saw that the place's interiors were torn to the ground, and it wasn't livable. In the sneak peek clip, Andrei told the cameras that they were going to visit his Moldovan investment property that day. Information about his investment property came in a recent episode when he revealed to his wife and her dad that he had bought the property for $75,000. While on the way to the property, Elizabeth told the cameras that she was excited to see the property because it had been years in the making. Then, when they pulled up in front of the property, Elizabeth gave an underwhelming reaction, but upon close inspection of the exterior, she thought it had potential. Chuck suggested that Andrei could get new sidewalks. He then invited them both to see the inside and told them he thought they would like the loft. When Andrei opened the door, the place looked dusty, walls and ceilings torn down, with uprooted tiles and concrete and mud everywhere. Andrei said they didn't need masks there because they didn't wear masks in Moldova. He believed that the people were so rough there that their noses were their masks. In another sneak peek released by Entertainment Tonight on August 13, 2025, Elizabeth was seen packing her bags, getting ready to leave Moldova. She told 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, cameras that bad investment property was one thing, but lying to cover his tracks was another level of betrayal. She believed that there was no reason for them to stay there. Andrei, at first, couldn't believe that she was packing her bags and leaving with the kids and her dad. When he asked her to stop, she told him that she had changed their plane ticket, and they indeed were leaving that night, with or without him. Andrei asked her how he was going to explain to everybody what had happened between them. She quipped, saying the same way he explained to her the investment property. She then told the cameras that she didn't know what their relationship would be after he came back to the US, but there was no way she was living in Moldova. Stay tuned for the roller coaster world of 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After. Few couples capture the messy mix of drama, ambition, and family conflict quite like Elizabeth Potthast and Andrei Kastrovet. Their storyline has always balanced love with frustration, fiery arguments with passionate reconciliations, and most importantly, big dreams with even bigger risks. Andrei, the outspoken and sometimes polarizing Moldovan husband, has never shied away from chasing financial independence. From truck driving to real estate, his hustler mentality is a recurring theme. But this season, things took a turn that left fans buzzing. Andrei revealed he had invested in a property, without telling Elizabeth all the details beforehand. For Elizabeth, who has stood beside him through business shifts, family feuds, and culture clashes, this was a defining moment. Her reaction wasn't just about the money. It was about trust, partnership, and the delicate balance of marriage in the public eye. The reveal: a house with strings attached. The big reveal came during one of their sit-down moments. Andrei, with his usual mix of confidence and blunt delivery, explained that he had taken a leap into the world of property investment. His eyes lit up as he described the potential: flipping houses, building generational wealth, and proving to everyone, especially Elizabeth's skeptical family, that he could succeed on his own terms. Elizabeth listened, her expression somewhere between excitement and anxiety. On one hand, she admired his ambition. She had always known Andrei was headstrong, the kind of man who wanted to control his destiny. On the other, she couldn't ignore the pit in her stomach. Investment properties aren't just about dreams, they're about risk, mortgages, repairs, and long nights of uncertainty. "Babe, this is a lot," she said, her voice careful but tinged with concern. Andrei smirked, brushing off her hesitation. "It's the American dream, you'll see. This will pay off." Elizabeth's conflicted feelings. Behind her smile for the cameras, Elizabeth's thoughts raced. Viewers could almost see the calculation in her eyes. She wasn't against growth or taking chances, but she had seen this pattern before. Andrei made big moves first, then explained later. Part of her loved his boldness. It was what made him different, what gave their marriage its spark. But part of her craved stability, especially now that they had a child to think about. Was this investment going to build their future, or was it going to drain their savings? In her confessional, Elizabeth admitted what many fans were already thinking: "I support Andrei, but I just wish he would include me in these decisions from the start. We're supposed to be a team." That one sentence encapsulated the heart of her reaction. It wasn't about real estate, it was about partnership, family complications. If there's one constant in the Potthast Kastravit universe, it's family drama. Elizabeth's family, known for their business in real estate, was quick to offer opinions. Her brother Charlie, still bristling from past clashes with Andrei, questioned whether Andrei even had the experience to handle such a major investment. Her sisters whispered about how risky it was to buy property in a volatile market. Elizabeth felt caught in the middle yet again. Supporting her husband meant defending him against her family, but deep down, some of their concerns mirrored her own. She wanted to believe in Andrei's vision, but she also knew her family's warnings weren't entirely baseless. In true 90-day fiancé fashion, a family gathering turned into a heated debate. Andrei defended his decision with passion, arguing that he didn't need the Potthast's approval or their business connections. Elizabeth tried to play peacemaker, but it was clear she was walking a tightrope between loyalty to her husband and loyalty to her family. The emotional toll. The stress of the investment started seeping into Elizabeth's daily life. At night, she lay awake imagining worst-case scenarios: contractor delays, unforeseen repairs, and the crushing weight of debt. During the day, she put on a brave face for their daughter, but inside, she felt the pressure of being a wife, mother, and reality star all at once. Andrei, meanwhile, thrived on the challenge. Every new problem became fuel for his determination. He threw himself into the project with intensity, sometimes forgetting to slow down and reassure Elizabeth. Elizabeth's reaction shifted over time. At first, it was shock and frustration. Then it was cautious optimism. And finally, it became resolve. If Andrei was determined to make this work, then she would stand beside him, not because she agreed with every choice, but because marriage meant weathering storms together. The fan response to this storyline was explosive. Social media lit up with debates. Some praised Andrei for his hustle, saying he was finally stepping out of the shadow of the Potthast family's business. Others criticized him for being controlling and dismissive of Elizabeth's concerns. "Elizabeth deserves to be part of these decisions," one fan tweeted. "Marriage is teamwork, not dictatorship." Another countered, "At least Andrei is trying to build something for their future. He's not lazy. Give the man credit." Elizabeth herself became a symbol of resilience for many viewers. Her ability to balance support with honesty resonated with women who had been in similar situations, supporting a partner's dream while carrying the weight of uncertainty. The bigger picture. In many ways, Andrei's investment property wasn't just about real estate, it was about identity. For Andrei, it represented independence from the Potthast family, proof that he could stand on his own without relying on in-laws who never fully accepted him. For Elizabeth, it represented the challenges of loving a man whose fire sometimes burned too hot. Her reaction was layered, equal parts pride, worry, love, and exhaustion, but that's what made it real. Unlike fairy tale romances, their marriage showed the messy truth of ambition colliding with everyday life. Moving forward, by the end of the episode, Elizabeth made her stance clear. She would support Andrei, but she expected change too. She wanted transparency, partnership, and communication. "We can do this," she told him, "but only if we're in it together." Andrei nodded, his eyes softening for a moment. Beneath the bravado, he knew she was right. The property was his gamble, but their marriage was the real investment. Conclusion. Elizabeth's reaction to Andrei's investment property reminded viewers why 90 Day Fiancé, Happily Ever After, continues to captivate audiences. It wasn't just about houses or money. It was about love tested by ambition, about the delicate dance of trust and independence, and about how two people from different worlds try to build one future. Elizabeth may not have chosen this investment, but she chose Andrei, and that, in the end, is the choice that defines their story, through every argument, every risk, and every episode that keeps fans hooked.